Welcome back to the Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with my rant stroke thought of the day, and it's another entry into the media Muppets. And not for the first time, this individual has come into the group. He is in there. He's been in there before. Why is that? Because he talks absolute rubbish. Who am I talking about? Former disgraced Sky Sports pundit Richard Hairy Hand Keys, who's now over in Qatar getting fatter by the minute because he's getting fed grapes by however many slave girls he's probably got by the TV channel he works for, BN Sports, feeding them grapes like he's fucking Cleopatra. So why am I on talking about this stupid wazzock once again? Well, you might have seen it on social media, you may not have seen it, but João Pedro, who signed for Chelsea over Newcastle United, made it abundantly clear that the reason that he chose it, and the main reason that he chose it, I don't think it's the only reason, but the main reason that he chose to go to Chelsea is he just wanted to live in London. He just wanted to be in London. That's why he couldn't go to Newcastle United. So cue Hairy Hands turning around with a simple tweet, and he said, "It's simple. Move the training ground down south." Well, I replied to this on our X account, and I stand by what I said. The only thing that's simple about that suggestion, Richard, is you fucking dick. Firmly well named as Richard, by the way, because he is an absolute knob. Now, why on earth would Newcastle United move their training ground down south? Now, before some of you try and hit me with logic in the comments, say, well, Chris, you get to sign more players, no, because they want to live in London and all that. Fuck them. If they don't want to live in the northeast, fuck them. I don't give a shit. The northeast is a beautiful part of the country. I live here, and I've lived here since I was 2 years old. It's got gorgeous coastlines. It's got fantastic countryside. It's got some of the nicest, most beautiful places you could visit. And it's got Newcastle as a main city as well. You're not a million miles away from, getting down south, to be fair. You're a 3-hour train ride away. You can even fly to City Airport if you want to. So it's not the be-all and end-all if you want to go to London in your spare time. You can do, especially if you're a mega-rich footballer, João Pedro, with loads of money in the bank. You're more than capable of booking yourself a fucking EasyJet flight to City Airport, or British Airways even, for that matter. I think that's the only one that does fly there. But this whole nonsense thing for me, it just doesn't carry weight at all, because Manchester City and Manchester United are still able to sign global superstars, and that's Manchester in the north. Now, I've spent time in Manchester. It's a good city. It's very developed, certainly over the last few years since Manchester City got bought as well, no doubt about it. And Newcastle is very much doing the same thing under the new ownership of the PIF. Now, there will be more investment in Newcastle. There will be more things cropping up there. Manchester probably is a bigger and more vibrant city than Newcastle right now. I've spent time there, and I can say that with confidence. But this bullshit about players living in London and then flying in for games and all that, it's NFL bullshit type of stuff. You cannot have that. Eddie Howe went on record and said it very eloquently that, players have to live in the area, have to immerse themselves in the area and understand the area. When you play for somebody like Newcastle United, with a passionate fan base that we have and a heritage that we have as a football club in terms of what it means for this community. I mean, look at all the videos and the players are signed. I mean, I don't particularly like a lot of them. There's been a couple that have been all right, but the connection with the fans here is very, very special. If you live 200 miles away and you only fly in for games, that connection's not going to be as strong. That roar from the Toon Army is not going to be as strong. That feeling that these guys want to be here is not going to be that strong. So Richard Keys in his fucking Qatar base, his little Sultan castle in the sand there, talking about move the training ground down south, is utter fucking nonsense. And there's no surprise the guy's not on mainstream TV anymore. I mean, never mind the fact that he basically tried to insinuate the female assistant referee wanted to ride Jamie Redknapp out. Never mind that. Just the shit in general, to be honest with you, the shit that comes out of his mouth, the old misogynistic fuck that he is. There's no surprise he's no longer involved in mainstream British TV. But it's a nonsensical statement for me. Newcastle United should never even entertain it. They really, really shouldn't. I think when you start doing that, it's a slippery slope. It's a dangerous game. And for me, you've got to immerse yourself in the city that is Newcastle. And it's a beautiful place to be. The North East is a beautiful place to be. The north of England's a beautiful place to be. And Scotland. I'd much rather be surrounded by the beautiful coastline that I live nearby, the luscious greenery of Kielder and places like that. You can go to Northumberland. I'd much rather be surrounded by that than concrete, soulless jungles. I just spent time in London there not too long ago, and it's not the kind of place I'd want to live in long term. I'd happily visit and work there and stuff, but I wouldn't want to live there full time. Give me the north any day of the week. But let me know in the comments below what you think about Richard Keys' bullshit and his hairy handness bollocks as usual. Do you think he's talking absolute shit, or do you think the club should entertain doing this to maybe try and land big targets? And that'd been funny. João Pedro ain't that much of a fucking good player. I mean, if you're talking about Lionel Messi or something, maybe you can say, go ahead, Leo, live in live in London and fly up, mate. You know what I mean? We'll let you off on that one, but not fucking João Pedro. Ain't that good. But I just think it's a slippery slope. But let me know in the comments below what you think. Always like to hear from you. Like and subscribe. Keep it evermore. Loads of content coming this week. Football is back with a bang. With the Premier League coming back, and before you know it, Champions League will be here, and Barcelona coming to St James's Park. Loads to go through on the channel. Keep it evermore. Catch you later.
Heroes celebrate. They have done it.